Yo, everybody. Generic B here. Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. Single player vanilla with me, Generic B. Oh, how's everybody doing? Let me kill this guy really quick. Where'd he go? There he is. Shoot you in the foot. Oh man, you didn't even stand a chance. Oh, that's gonna hurt me, isn't it? Oh good, it's stuck in the ceiling. Oh man, hope everybody's having a good time. I am very, B-Dubs did a video the other day where he was talking about inspiration and how creativity comes in waves and stuff like that. And man, it could not be more truthful. I just want to see something here. Everything fine? Yeah, everything's fine. I want to do a quick chicken check because I have been underground for a while. I have a feeling there's going to be maybe a couple chickens. Oh, pecker. There's so many chickens down here. Ay. You know, oh my goodness at all the... That's okay. Listen, I don't mind. This is fun. Fun little side effect. I can take these and I can just every once in a while... Oh, did you hear that one? That was pretty funny. And... Oh, I can't get them. It's like having free chickens all the time. I'm okay with this. You know, it's not as intended. I kind of wanted them to fall in the little hole. But if they're not going to, that's fine. Oh, yes, there we go. Ha, I knew I could reach them. Oh, dude, we even have some up here. Are you kidding me? And, hiya. Dude, there's even one way up. Oh, are you kidding? Look at that chicken wanting to go for it. Now they're all dead. Now what are you going to do, dude? Now what, son? Now what? Maybe you should just go back down here. Okay, we got too much stuff to do to worry about this. Let's go. Uh-oh. And. Okay. Oh, it's getting dark too. We've got some stuff to do today. It's gonna be some more redstone. I know I try to kind of cycle it through where it's, you know, do a little redstone, do a little kind of, you know, building, and then a little bit of maybe some other fun stuff. But I have been, dudes, my redstone test world is already, like, I started a brand new one and it's already crazy with the stuff I've been... Oh, man, dang it. I tell you what. Let me get this really quick. I've been doing... Does it work? Oh, dude, he dropped something good? He might have dropped something. No. Dropped an arrow in my head. I see that. So we've got this thing completed. I do want to show you some updates. Hit this little bad boy. Some updates. This little guy, there's a dude on Twitter. I gotta fix that. His name is Robert. He had a really weird long Twitter name. I can't remember. But he gave me this design, and essentially all you do is you put an item in here. I put a stone shovel just to really make sure that we got enough signal. And once the cart goes over the detector rail, it shoots that into the hopper, which is pointed back into it, which will light up this. I simplified it a little bit from what he had. It powers this comparator, which powers the block, powers that little guy, which powers this block, and that will cause that to switch. So no more loud honking piston noises going on. Let's just keep on going. Did you make it? Yes, you made it through. Okay, cool. So we got that going on. Thank you so much for that, dude. You really helped me out. And today we're gonna work on the furnace part. I don't have a lot of wiggle room, in this thing. But here's where I'm trying to fit it in. We've got this little spot is where we've got our wood. And then this little spot, I'll get rid of those chests, of course. This little spot is where we'll have the furnace. And I've already put in just the basics just because I wanted to get some spacing down. So I'm going to make it a 5 furnace array. You could theoretically make this infinite. but I'm just going to do 5 because it fits right, and I'm just one guy. I'm just a hermit. And then this is where the charcoal is going to land. Let's climb up here. Right now I just have this thing going this way. You know, if I hit that, nice. Hey, we got some chicken out of that. Baller. Okay, oh, and I broke there we go. So we'll have to figure out a way to have the cart come up here and maybe up a little bit and dump the charcoal down in here, put a filter system in place, and then go back or continue on for other stuff because we're going to have other things in this world that we want to collect, right? So we've got to worry about all of that malarkey. It's going to be pretty crazy and hairy with this minecart in the back. It's not going to be nice and neat because the more of these things that we add, it's going to be even more square peg round hole, where we're going to try to make things fit, and we're going to have to do a lot of work on it. So I tell you what, I've actually done a lot of building in creative. I forgot to put the screenshots of the stuff so I can kind of have a place to like kind of reference. So let me do that. Let me pull these back up, and I will be right back. Okay, good to go. All right, so these things are not anything out of the ordinary. These little furnace arrays. I'm not inventing anything different or special. Well, nothing different, but I do think it's a little bit special because my goal for this is to make it as intelligent as possible. I'm just going to lay down, I know we got to lay down some track. My mixtape. Lay down my mixtape like that. Because, you could just do something super simple. Oh, well, let me step back because maybe you guys don't know the basics of how these things work. So now hoppers interact with furnaces, right? So you can put a hopper pointing down on top, and that will take care of whatever thing you want smelted goes into the top, right? How do I get out of that? E. And then you've got one in the back pointing into it, or in the sides, and that is the fuel. And then underneath is all of this stuff, which is whatever is the result, like whatever gets smelted would come out the bottom. And so what am I gonna do is have 4 sets of minecarts going on with this thing. We've got one that's on our main line that's going to come in and drop off the charcoal into this chest, which then goes into this hopper. And then we're going to have a second rail line that's just going to go back and forth through this bad boy. And that will, every time the cart goes over, and we're going to use, for this specific one, we're going to use a hopper cart. And I'll show you why in a minute. But for every time the cart goes over a hopper, one item will drop off. So that will be 2 per, right? Because it takes a trip forward and a trip back. So that's one line. And then we'll have a line up here, which is whatever we want to smelt will go into a minecart chest, and that will come up here, and so it'll dump in up to 10 items at a time for here. And then we'll have another one that will go back and forward through this thing and pick up everything and put it into a certain locatione, right? This is a pretty complicated project, and I want to do as much of it with you guys as possible just so I can kind of talk it out while I do it. So this might be like a 2-parter. I'm going to take a guess. Today, I'm hoping to get 2 parts. I want to get the part where we dump off the charcoal and where we then distribute the charcoal. So we're going to do that. How do we do? I'm gonna take this guy. Okay, yeah, these are slabs, and the reason that I wanted those slabs to be slabs is because we actually need to run some some stuff underneath it eventually. This is going to be a really crazy complex type thing. I need a 1 detector rail, I believe. And then I need to... Can we get around there? No. I need more space to walk around. Thank you. All right, and then we're going to put a detector rail right like that. And I need one more thing. I need one of these guys. So let's put the junk in here that we know we're not going to need. Andesite, flowers. What? Why do I have all this garbage in my inventory? I'll never know. Okay, that works. So, we're going to take this cart and we're going to make a hopper cart out of it. And that sucker is just going to go and ride right along this rail right here. I'm going to turn it on. We can turn it on this way safely. It doesn't lock any of the hoppers because it's powering this block, which then powers the railing, but it doesn't touch this guy, so we're fine there. And then this little bad boy will go just along the path. Don't want to do it yet. Here's the deal. We're gonna use this detector rail in such a way, in combination with a redstone comparator, you could do some pretty gnarly stuff with it. And I'm gonna block it off here just for a minute. Let's put, so the rail is gonna be stuck right there. Now, right now you see this is completely off. Let's do some, just so you can see it for right now. Right now it's completely off because when it's next to the detector rail, this is actually looking at what the contents of the minecart is. It's really nifty how that works. So we can sit there and say, like, okay, if we put a 1 redstone, aha, now we have a thing, right? If we put a whole bunch of redstone, now we've got 2. And actually, I believe it's going to be 23. So 22 would still be 1, and 23 would be, yes. So that's going to be kind of the key of how this thing works. All right. Now what the charcoal is going to come down in here. And so what I want this thing, instead of having this thing just constantly running, which you could totally do, but who wants to hear that minecart going constantly when you don't need it? So what I'm going to do instead is make it to where as soon as there's 23 charcoal in there, which I know is more than what, this is only going to take 10, but it doesn't matter. So there'll be some left over, that's fine. I needed something that would trigger it. I could totally put, you know, like 13. Oh, you know what? I could totally do that. I could do something like this. If I could count to 13. I could do something like that. Those would never go in because they're not fuel. And then if I had, let's try this out. 9 things, it would do that. Oh, don't do that, dude. And then a 10th one. Yeah, we could do something like that. Let's give that a try. So now as soon as 10 charcoal go in, it would go on its merry way and come back. It would dump 5 and then 5, and then it would come back. So what we need is a way to have this say, okay, yes, I know that you now have 10. You're free to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's get rid of these because this was just for testers. I'm going to place a block right there. And so you would normally be a little worried because if this powers this, that has potential of locking that hopper, but it'll turn off by the time it gets to it. So you don't have to worry about that. I did extensive testing of it and everything is just fine. And then I'll put one guy right here. You know, I guess I don't need one right there for right now. And so this powers that. We're going to which then that would be the one power. This would be, as soon as we get enough, it would be the second. I'm going to remove this guy. Where did that go, by the way? Oh, is it in the cart? No, where did it go? Here, I got to get... Okay. Where did that thing go? Is it in here? No. It's not in the back of one of these. Oh, it might be. Oh, pecker. Dang it. Okay, hold up. Okay, so maybe that's not such a great idea to do that. Never mind. I'll just keep it with coal. I'll keep it like I had it. Yeah, that'd be fine. All right, so that'll go that. That'll go that. Blunk like that. Right. And so I don't have that much charcoal yet, but I do have a bunch of coal. So we could test it out. And we will make that hopper minecart again. The reason we're doing a hopper minecart instead of a chest minecart is because there's only like 5 slots in here, so it's a lot easier to get the appropriate level of items in there before this thing kicks off. So yeah, see how this little trapdoor keeps it from going forward. Now if we say, here, let's put in 41, right? So it's dumping. You saw it. It's going to do it one more time. And then it stopped because it only has 21. Haha. But now if we look over here, all of these should have 4 in them because it took 2 trips. Baller. Baller. Pick it up and holler. Okay, so that part's done. Easily done. Now we have to work in this filter thing, and this is going to be kind of a pain in the nugget, I think. Because we're going to have some other things that I want to do, some other bells and whistles for this sucker. But let's see. Let's see if we can get it. Right now, I've got it just going down here and going back. That'll be gone here in a bit. If we do, look in here. I think I'm gonna have to go there, and there'll be a blump here. So we'll have to make this go up and around, and this is where it's gonna stop. So we're gonna have a powered rail, maybe a powered rail, I think so, just like all the other ones. And then, like, let's say we'll just do some regular Joe Schmoing right there. And then I'm not 100% sure yet what I want to do for this. We are gonna have to put in one of these guys to swap it, because it'll come up and it either goes around this way, or when it comes back out, I want it to go over that way because we'll have it go off to do something else. We'll do that here in a second. But let's work on, hopefully, I want to look here and see. Hopefully I can figure out what I need to do. It needs to come off of this guy. So we know we've got that. And either there has to be a repeater right there. Yeah, I think we're fine right there. Yep. Not a repeater, a comparator. So let's do that. We're making the item filter right now. So if we go, whoop, and this is where we would put our thingamajig. We're going to put a redstone torch right there, which oddly enough locks this guy but doesn't affect this guy at all, which is great. Cause let's do a test. I thought it would, because I thought it also affected stuff over there, but it doesn't seem to. If I put that in there, And I'm a big, huge liar. Yes, it does. Big, huge liar. Well, heck. You know what I tested before? I tested putting it in there, and it goes down in there. This is really no bueno. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. I may have to finagle this somehow. Oh, crappers. Well, I can build the rest of this thing at least while we're on the camera, just so you could see how it would go. A little something like that. We could tear this guy out. Oop, it went in one of those. It's the thing I hate about working with hoppers. Because I know it went in one of these guys. There it is. We'll have to clean it all out afterwards. And then we'll put in a thing like that. And then a couple of redstone dust. I actually don't know why I'm even building this, because I have a feeling I'm going to have to bring it all over by one. So this guy has room, but then how could I... Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to do. I think I'm going to have to bring all of this over by one, which may really screw... Oops. Oh, I got all confused. May really screw things up. Okay. All right, let me work on that. I'm gonna have to do some real testing. So let me look at it, and I will be right back. Okay, so luckily, not that hard of an issue. Only because we're gonna be using a hopper minecart on this one, not a chest minecart. So a hopper one will pull directly from a chest. We don't need the hopper. So I just swapped the two, so I don't have to move anything, which is good because we're actually going to have a signal that runs really, really close right here, and I didn't want to mess anything up. So let's look at what we've got now, because I've added a little bit more. Shoink. Okay. So now the rail goes on. It goes up here. It's going to do a little climb job. It's going to loop around. I haven't tested this out yet, but it should work just fine. And then it's going to go down in here. Now, right now, this is turned off. We need, and that might actually cause an issue. We'll find out. I don't know if having that, because this will power that. We may not need this guy. It may be just fine if we put a regular one for... Oh, no. Boy, we just dumped something. What dump? Give me that, you fool. You fool. Are we fine? Okay, we're fine. That was pretty funny. So that might work. And then it goes in. And now the only thing we have left to do, I think, is to have this on until something starts flowing through, which we have to do. We have to make our magic little thingamajig. 2021. And then we need some charcoal, which I guess let's make some really quick, since we've got some wood. Hello? Anybody ever heard of wood? No problem. I'll just go right next door to the wood shop. You don't have to think once. We got plenty of wood. Let's go for 8, just because we can. All right, and throw that in there. All right, so we also need something that's gonna turn this thing on. This one's gonna be a little bit messy because I'm trying my best to not interfere with future circuits, and it'll all come into play eventually. But what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to put in one more there, and then that's going to turn into a repeater. This is where, like, this is where that square peg round hole comes into play, because I could try to put it here and do something, but if I put the repeater that way, it will go into this block and power it, which would lock that hopper. Can't do that. And I do have to invert the signal as well. Okay, so we're gonna do that guy, and we'll just bring her along like that. Tear this guy out. We'll put a torch here. Redstone dust, redstone dust. Boom, boom. So now that should be powered, but because it's powering this block, it's only going to light up the powered rail. It's not going to lock any hoppers or anything like that. Kind of a dirty, a dirty setup, but hello. But it is what it is. Actually, I got no way to get back up there now. Dang it. Or do I? Nope. You've screwed me now. See how it works? Like, you had to be really careful on this type of stuff. So I think we may be ready, maybe, to test fire this thing. Oh, we have to grab the charcoal. Let's go back up here, and we have to get it in this one. So 1, 2, okay. So then there's one here on lock. Everything is fine. We will put in our, do we have one more hopper? We do have one more hopper, so we'll make a hopper mine cart. We also need to make an actual chest mine cart, because I broke the one we had. So this is gonna go, should plop right in there and just wait. Okay, everything's waiting. Let's do a really quick, anything stuck in places where it's not supposed to be stuck. Nope, okay. Hopefully that didn't ruin anything. I don't think it did. Nothing. Take out the coals, because this is gonna be charcoal powered. Renewable resource. Saving the planet. Okay. Alright, and let's make a quick minecart. Put a chest in it. Now I have gone ahead and I started up with some charcoal production upstairs. I threw a few stacks of charcoal. So let's go check and just make sure that that's sitting there waiting. Hopefully she is. Yes, looks 28. Wait for it. 29. Wait for it. 29. Okay, yep, so it's doing its thing. That's good. I am going to, let's get in a good spot here that we know we can check out everything. Seems pretty good. We could check out and see if this thing's gonna work. No, it doesn't. Okay, so I'll have to manipulate that guy. Something happened wonky on that, and I'm not sure what. But it's gonna go off and grab. Let's find a nice little spot for us to kind of chill for a minute as we wait. So the cart should go. It's gonna do all of its running. Should come back. Here it comes. Here it comes. And it will only have charcoal in it right now, so it's gonna go do all these things and not and not be able to. And up you go. It's dumping. You're done dumping. Okay, it's off, done its thing. And then it's off doing its thing. And it goes back and does its thing. Okay, so this thing probably dumped about 30. About 30. How much is in there right now? 14. How much do we have in all of these guys? 3, 4, 4, 4, and 4. So maybe at the time it didn't have... Well, that's... Yeah, maybe at the time it wasn't quite... Didn't quite have them all. So now it should come back. Okay, it's dumping off more. We can see it right here. Still didn't have enough, because now it's sitting there right at 19. If I put some in there, though, that's enough for it to go. And it's going to go off and do its thing. My guess that this one is going to be one less than the other ones is because it didn't quite have enough in it. You know, it's like 23, like maybe that did... I don't know actually why that wouldn't have done it. Very curious indeed. Are you gonna dump some more? It's gonna dump a little more. 18. Oh, this is working out fantastic. Ha ha! I love it. All right, so I think that's gonna do it for this episode. This might actually be a bit of a long one because we had a little bit of issues going on. In the next episode, I'm gonna have at least a temporary circuit for bringing the items in to smelt, and also one to pull it out. And then we're gonna have a really cool indicator that will show us. Oh, is it gonna go? Oh, wait for it. No, not yet. I thought it was gonna give us some more. Did you get some more? Or are we out of charcoal now? 8 and 14 is 22. Oh, we're missing one. So probably we'll also show a really cool indicator. Sometimes we don't need all 5 furnaces. That might actually be fuel inefficient. So I've got a really cool way that we can turn off some of these and have it visually show, and all sorts of fun stuff like that. But that is gonna do it. There it goes. Dude, that's amazing. Okay, that's going to do it for me, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure and leave a like. Helps me out so very, very much. And until next time, take care. Brush your hair. I see you when I see you. Peace.